3 identical twins.
All have them had hair up.
I just love the fact that like we've had this board for a year and a half, right? Probably a year, I guess.
Yeah.
And we're just now figuring out that you can do fun things like this. Oh. How fun!
Back of my.
Cool.
Go ahead,
Whoa!
Hey,
The slow
Hey, everybody!
motion?
Stop! Switch.
Dude,
switch
Go
the
to
camera.
go to
go to
the
Colin
crop it, do the
can
crop it.
over
There you go.
my. God damn. Just go. Put
Look.
me in Craig. Put me in Craig's corner.
I can't
Chase.
do that. That's not. So- all right, listen,
close it
everybody.
up.
If you're watching, on
Close
the,
it.
if you are listening on iTunes, sorry you're missing all the fun stuff. This is
There you
tryhard number 106.
Oh
Sweet.
yeah.
Yes,
we
one-
We made it to 100.
We made it to 106,
About
guys.
time. I tell
Hey,
you what.
we're 5 episodes away from a hard 11.
I've
That
been
is
waiting.
true.
I've been waiting 106 weeks for this shit.
Oh yeah,
God,
that's good
it's
stuff.
about
Hey,
time.
easy, Chase, easy. This episode is brought to you by our friends at Stitch Fix and also our friends at Keeps. Did I do that right? I did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The back of my leg smells like
There
vanilla.
it is. Bingo.
Back of your leg smells like vanilla. Why?
No idea.
I just spent the last 25 minutes cleaning the bathrooms for probably the first time. Even when we moved in, they were dirty. But it smells like cleaning supplies in there instead of
That's awesome.
instead of
Let's
instead
see
of
when
rat
you did
poop.
a
Yeah.
job.
Decay.
Like it's a job well done if it smells like.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I like to humble myself and own the business, but also clean the toilets.
That's good.
Yeah.
You should. You should
I would much
absolutely
rather them edit while I did stuff the right way in the bathroom. You know what I mean?
That's a very backhanded cop.
Wow. Extremely backhand.
I told Parker, I sprayed the side of the toilet and told Parker, hey, could you wipe that off with a paper towel because he peed. Okay. He didn't wipe it off.
Wait,
he
wait,
just,
wait, wait. He peed on the toilet?
No. He
What are
peed
you
in the
talking
toilet. He
about?
went. Okay. Parker had to pee, right?
Yeah.
I was cleaning, so I sprayed the side of the toilet. You know,
You
the
said
side
wipe that
under
off.
area. I said, wipe that off after you're done peeing, because there was dirt and grime on it.
And I
stuff.
did.
You did wipe it.
Well,
But
it
you-
doesn't like just immediately stick to everything.
Well, you wipe it off. You literally just
Yeah.
wiped it. You took the glob of peanut butter and you smeared it. Like if,
I didn't know.
if
I'll,
I say if
I'll
I
go
had,
back in there afterwards.
I've already done it because I do it the right way. But if you had a peanut butter sandwich and you had peanut butter on your
Grayson,
bread,
how the hell are you?
Huh?
Are you doing good, Grayson?
I'm doing great.
Good.
if I okay
No,
hypothetical.
seriously,
hypothetical.
Grayson, I really want to know how you're doing right now.
Let me tell you how
It's a
I'm doing right now.
hypothetical. It's a fun one.
That's for try harder.
Okay,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
It's
Yeah, you can't.
hey,
do those
keep
right
that
now.
one for try hard.
that's fine. Whatever.
I'm doing great.
Good, buddy.
I am absolutely doing wonderful. Got a haircut. Got my driver's license finally.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
what?
Well, got it
I like
renewed.
the
Got
idea
renewed.
that you were a cop for 10
yeah,
years.
didn't have a license the
Didn't have a
whole
license.
time. Yeah, I was driving illegally
Kid
the whole
cop?
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
You give him a
But,
fake ID when you apply for your job. Like, here it is.
That is in Crayola.
Uh-huh.
You are a stick figure. Yeah, it worked when I was a cop.
Yeah.
So we got our first arcade machine. So our first Game Attack arcade machine.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, we got the 1-Up arcade little thingy over there. And
Can I
it's-
speak candidly about it?
Sure.
You are so nice and sweet because while Grayson, Parker, and Chase were enjoying it, the suppression that you gave was magnificent. Here, Grayson was like, "This is so cool," and Craig was like, "Yeah."
Every time
that's
I look
cool.
back at Craig, he was going,
Yeah.
You talking about the actual machine itself?
Here, I'll do bowling camp so you can kind of. This is what Grayson does.
okay, so I'm going to talk, and then you're going to give the Craig face
Okay,
every
okay.
time. Man, this cabinet looks really cool.
Yeah, this part goes on next.
Yeah, hey, look how big this is.
I think that's might be like a mark under the screen. We might want to clean that.
Oh my gosh, there's a speaker inside the actual controller. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's a little small for my liking.
It is small. I mean, it is small.
Yeah, but it's for what they're looking to do. It's perfect, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it.
I
You
like
can-
it a lot.
I think it'd be cool to build a custom.
Oh,
So
they're
it's-
moddable.
Yeah, no, I mean to get like I could totally see a totally fine arcade room with about 6 of those, maybe a custom bench that you build to get them to a
The
good
right
height
level,
for
yeah.
somebody that's not
Well, they
6 years
sell them
old.
too.
Really?
They sell like little bitty things that you can put them
Little
on. to make
stands.
them taller,
Okay.
And stands, they still stands and seats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it looked like y'all were
Oh
controlling
yeah, I mean
stuff. Okay.
the controls are great on it.
And
The
we're not
controls
like
good.
shoving each other like back
No.
and forth
Yeah.
to get
So what it
screwed.
is, it's arcades. It's about 2/3 of the size that a regular arcade
Go
is.
to Craig Cam. Shoot it over there. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
go to Bowling Cam. Sorry, Bowling Cam.
Yeah, you good.
Or
No,
Craig
Cam.
All right, sounds good. Go to Craig Cam over there. There it is. There. Oh, there it is.
Right?
There, it's over there.
Oh, wow. Don't move the light.
No, it's okay.
No, he got it. He
he's
got it. It's. Oh, you're gonna. What are you gonna do?
In comparison, there you go.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's on a ledge too.
Okay, here you go.
Yeah,
Do not
look at how
break
freaking
it.
tiny that thing is.
Whoa!
That's a nice penis.
No, that's a Street Fighter machine.
Oh, sorry.
That's nice.
They look the same.
Well, there you go. No, that was good. I think that was but that's like when you see it like that.
Right next to a dick.
They said that it was 3/4 size.
That's like
That's a third.
Yeah.
You think?
That's
two-thirds.
two-thirds.
Yeah.
Two-thirds.
Two-thirds.
Is it supposed to be 2/3 or 3/4?
Maybe 60%. 60%.
Like maybe in my mind, it's just way smaller than I thought it'd be.
Maybe
Well,
you're
I
thinking of
mean-
arcades from the size that you were when you went and played them. So all arcades are
No,
like 10 feet
no.
tall.
Well, no, I mean if you look at it in comparison to the, let's say, go back to Craig Cam real quick. Show the Blitz Cam over there. Or no, sorry, go here, go
A
here.
third of that.
It's a third the size of the Blitz Cam.
Yeah,
It really is.
Like
or the Blitz
okay,
Cab.
so there's the Blitz cabinet over there, right?
Behind the light.
All right, and it's like, no,
yeah, there you go.
like that's the saddest thing in the world.
It's okay.
cute.
It's 30%.
And the Blitz cabinet is not on a stand up
stand.
there.
Yeah, a ledge.
It's
So,
cute though.
Like holy crap, that's insane.
Well, I mean that's cool, like to put in like kids' rooms and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
to get them like a Pac-Man machine and be like, hey, here.
yeah,
check
to
this out.
put
Here's
to
your
put,
own arcade machine.
put
Yeah.
something a little friendlier in like
Mm-hmm.
a corner of like Kinsey or bedroom, like
Yeah.
it's like perfect height for a kid.
Yeah, I think I just wanted something a little bigger.
I know.
And it's fine. Like I'm fine with it. It's great for what it is.
It doesn't look good next to real arcade.
No, it
cabinets.
really doesn't.
Yeah,
it
that's-
doesn't.
that's the
like
key.
if we were to go out and buy all five of them or six of them for like one night only, right? Like it would be. I would feel like next to the big ass arcade cabinets. I'd be like, it would need its own corner. You
Yeah.
know, it's like this is where the little kid.
short
You
people
must be
yeah.
this tall to play this game. You know?
like Grayson's not allowed.
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Man, I only kind of want to put that on the ground and stand by it just to see what it would be like for me to like try to play it standing
You
up.
yeah, I mean, you'd
Whoa.
have to get on your
You'd
knees.
be doing toe touches.
You know, I heard this story about speaking of Street Fighter. I learned something this weekend that I never learned about Street Fighter 2.
What's that?
So back in the Screw Attack days, we had a Street Fighter Rainbow Edition machine. Have you guys ever heard of this
It's
before?
still on
No.
that cab over there.
Yeah. It's on the custom one, right?
What is it?
Okay, so Street Fighter Rainbow was a Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition hack that essentially sped the game up like 300% and allowed you to throw air fireballs and switch characters on the fly.
Okay,
by
I've
pressing-
seen y'all play this. Before.
Right? It's
that's
like
cool.
it's
I don't
super
know about
broken. It's super, but it's like crazy fun, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was watching this guy's YouTube video about it, and I'm pretty sure this is. I'm taking it for what it is. I guess it's accurate, right? But the hack was made by this guy in Taiwan, right? And it came over to the United States, and this guy who worked for Capcom was like they'd heard about this because Capcom had to start making. They started advertising like if it's not real Street Fighter, it's not real Street Fighter, right? Like there's a lot of knockoffs out there, and these knockoffs are hurting the industry, right? Because they're not allowing you to make money, and they're not allowing us to grow, and blah 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 blah, right? It's just essentially like copy. It's like plagiarism almost.
Is
right?
he saying knockoffs in regards to people using the Street Fighter assets to make games?
No, like mods.
Okay,
right.
but he's not saying like Tekken is a knockoff.
No.
Okay.
No, just other games
No.
like.
So
yeah, that'd be
this is
cool.
what Capcom was doing like in 1992,
Yeah.
right? So they had one of their guys go out and go look at one of these machines because they'd heard about it, right? And he went out and he played this game and he's like, this is stupid. This is broken. I can't play this shit. It's ridiculous. He said he spent like 4 hours playing it, right? At this thing, because this is what this guy does, right? And the game's like crazy fast and stuff. And then he went back and he played Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. In his words, he says it felt like he was playing a game underwater because it was so slow, right?
Yeah.
And that is why Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo exists, because of Rainbow Edition. That's why the game sped up
Fair
so
enough.
much. And it's funny because when we were playing that
Oh,
has
yeah.
Super Turbo and Championship on it. we played Super Turbo first, and then we switched back to Championship, and you're like, God, this is so slow.
It hit Craig and I so fast because we're like, good God Almighty, how did we play this?
Yeah.
I think your exact words were, it feels like I'm playing underwater.
Yeah, I did actually say that.
Which is, when I heard that, I was like, Grayson said that.
Yeah.
So,
Big deal,
yeah, it was cool. It was neat cool to hear stories like that. Game that I've loved for so many years.
How do you come across all this? Like, do you just go like searching for it?
No,
or does it just pop up.
Just pops up on YouTube.
If you go into like the Game Attack channel, like because we're constantly logged into that account, like naturally when Craig opens his app, I sometimes forget to log out of Game Attack, but the Game Attack channel is full of stuff that Craig watches. It's like really interesting older, like video game stuff. It's WWE stuff,
A lot of WWE
a lot
stuff,
of what culture, and a lot of sports stuff.
There's sports stuff. There's the occasional like
hentai section.
There's the occasional like political argument that like has one side or the other just getting owned by the other side. Because those are always fun to watch.
Yeah,
So.
or like instant karma.
Yeah,
Does anything ever pop up that you'd never watch that I watch?
Yeah, I think there was like some monster truck something that popped up.
Like a car crash montage.
Yeah, something like that. I was like, clearly Bolin's been in the account.
Yeah.
Damn right.
Because I mean, it's always logged in on my phone, and
exactly.
And I go to the crapper, and I'm just sitting there watching phone. It's horrible.
Nice. Well, speaking of old games,
please.
Castlevania Season 2 came out on Netflix last week.
Oh yeah.
Because
it is a very sexual experience.
Is it really?
It's not like there's no sexual content, but I had a very sexual experience with Castlevania.
Really? Was
Season
it
2.
sexy?
It was so good.
So it's based on Castlevania 3.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
Have
based
you ever
on
played
Trevor.
Castlevania 3?
Like, I've never completed it, but I have played it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know who has? Grayson.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know.
on Belmont.
Yeah.
Did they put me in it?
No.
So
it's
Trevor Belmont.
Trevor Alucard and Sypha, which is like a magician.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very loosely.
It's called Sypha?
Sypha's the girl.
Yeah,
Oh, I
the
thought it
girl
was
you can
Sophia.
get.
I thought that's
They
how
probably changed
that's
her
how I've
name.
always said it.
Yeah, or it's like SYPHA.
Did they not put the guy who could climb walls into the show?
No, not Brand. What was his name?
I can't remember his name.
I don't know.
The first Grant,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, I
think
know
it's
you're talking
Grant.
about, but yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's just those three.
Oh, okay.
in
That's
this
weird.
season.
Well, that sucks.
So the first season was like 3 episodes.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
It's
it?
four. It's
4 episodes.
Yeah.
This
I
one's
watched
8.
I watched 3 of 4.
Hey, the next one's gonna be 12.
Cool.
Yeah.
Really?
If they make it.
Nah,
I
I'm just
don't
making a
know.
joke.
I was like,
But
what?
yeah.
Did
But
it
no,
feel like
was-
it had an ending to the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
I hope
cool.
they make more because I feel like there's still more they can do with it, and they introduced a lot of like interesting, different vampire characters and human characters.
It's probably the
and-
closest to anime I'll actually ever watch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do
it's super good.
Have you watched any of it?
I've watched the first season. I haven't watched the second season.
Okay, I was
yet.
gonna say, are there any locations because I watched the first season too,
Mhm.
and I didn't really grasp that it was about Castlevania 3. At least I didn't at the time.
It's very loosely based.
The characters are pulled.
Yeah,
basically.
which I
Yeah.
kind of like. I feel like that's the best kind of adaptation you can do for a game.
Yeah.
Is that you don't go directly, because then some people are always going to be pissed off.
You get
when you
something.
change one detail, rather than changing basically they made their own story.
Yeah.
And just used assets from Castlevania. Which,
Are there any like
works.
locations that you can?
I don't know what's all in Castlevania 3, but they go to the Belmont house, and they go to obviously Dracula's castle's in it.
Is there a clock tower? Because that's the biggest one.
No, I don't.
Like,
think
clock
so.
towers in every Castlevania.
Yeah.
There are clock towers in towns that they're in.
Yeah,
but
I
not-
remember
they're
well,
not
in the
big.
first season they go through that clock tower.
Yeah, they're just not like big set
Yeah.
pieces, really.
Yeah.
But all the artwork in it is done. I understand why it was only 4 episodes
Yeah.
for one season. Cause
The animation's
everything's-
really cool.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the fight scenes, it's got
Yeah.
that.
It's very slick. and
Yeah.
It's very smooth.
It looks like the anime portions from Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know how to even describe it, but it's just.
Man, all the good new shows are coming back. We got House of Cards coming soon.
Oh
We
yeah, that's
got-
the
Is that
last
coming
season,
out
isn't
again?
it?
yeah.
I didn't know what they did after Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, I think they killed him off.
As a
Okay.
fan, are you trepidatious about Kevin Spacey not being in it?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would you not be?
Well, I don't know,
the
like-
entire series has been built around him.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
but I will tell you this: the way they ended the last season, it was perfect. How they could continue with him.
Is it about Claire
without
now?
him?
Yeah,
Without
yeah,
him?
it's
Yeah.
about Claire. Yeah.
Okay,
like
so-
it ends with a shot on Claire. Claire's the vice. She's the vice president.
Yeah,
and
she's
his wife.
the new lead.
Yeah,
She's
like
the lead.
so in the last season I don't know. I don't remember the last season, but I do remember it finishing strongly focusing on her.
Yeah.
So
So it's a good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not such a huge shift.
And in the show, he's had health issues. He's been shot. You know, there's like all these things. So where it could be like, well, he got killed because something popped up. You know, like now there were all these crazy backstories that, you know, he is like a straight guy but gay tendencies, and he like so there's all these storylines that like. That the public wouldn't know about, you know, like it's not presidential, right?
Well,
so
that's true about both Kevin Spacey and
the character.
but
Robin Wright,
but you know what I'm saying? Like there are these things that they would have to address to move forward, and they may just be like, yeah, he's dead now, see ya. You know,
it's gonna be weird though, like just writing him off, considering there's been like what 8 seasons, 7?
I think 4 or 5. Yeah,
I just feel long because they're all like 23.
Is this the last season?
Yeah, it'll be the final.
Did they say that?
I think on a poster it's like the final season.
Yeah. Then we have Narcos, which you didn't know I was totally into Narcos.
Yeah, Craig told me
Narcos
last
is my favorite, dude.
Really? I didn't know. Yeah.
Did you watch the second season yet?
Yeah, I watched all Narcos, dude.
No. The second season is where they get him, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the third season yet, but I fucking love.
Third
Narcos.
season was great.
I watched all of the first season and loved it, and then I think I got a couple episodes in the season 2, and I stopped, and I don't know why because I love the show.
Oh man, it's super like. That's one of those shows. Breaking Bad is the first show that got me into binge watching stuff, but Narcos is the show that was like the next show. Like anytime Narcos is out, like, and my idea of binge watching isn't like 8 episodes in a day.
Maybe a show in a month.
It's a show a night, right?
Yeah.
If I can get through Narcos in a week, like fucking, I may go like 1.5. You know. So
you get wild.
I'm gonna watch House of Cards after Chelsea and I. We started The Americans. Have you ever seen this shit on FX?
I've wanted to watch that.
God.
It is. Do you know what the premise is?
Yeah. So they're Russians living in America as undercover agents. Is that right?
They're like I thought they were in Russia secret, but like no, they're the fucking bad guys. Like they're the Russian people
like
during
KGB spies.
Yeah, and it takes place during the Cold War. And they're like hardcore spies. But Carrie Russell, it's cool because Carrie Russell, the wife, is the one that's like, I don't care what the fuck we're doing. Russia's number one. Like, our duty is to kick ass for Russia. And the guy, you know, usually the guy is all like, but they're both like super badass. Opening episode, like, she like kicks a dude and his head goes, like, she like buries this dude's head into drywall in their garage. But yeah, they're like, it's really cool because they've been made to live together and be married.
Oh, but they're just agents.
Yeah, they're just
They're not
agents.
real. They're not really loving.
I mean,
they're not really married.
I mean, they're married by law. They have kids together.
Oh, okay.
But like,
They've
finally,
been forced into that, or
yeah,
what?
they've been forced into it. Well, not forced. They volunteered for it, you know, for king and country type of thing. But like, for like 13 years, they've been married. They have 2 kids, and the first season is awesome because it's like the you know, a good show always asks a question, and the question of the first season is, what happens if they were to actually start loving each other as husband and wife? And it's really good. So we blitzed the first season.
That's the show I've always wanted to watch.
Yeah. Oh,
is it still going?
No, it ended.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I thought it was still going.
I thought it did just recently.
It just ended.
Okay.
And the best part, their next door neighbor is lead investigator for the FBI.
Of course.
It's fucking awesome.
Of course.
It's
right.
really good.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, do they just live like right next to the White House? Or, like, how do they get
well,
there?
they live in DC, of course. So, and then so there's all this historical stuff that's happening all around, and you get to see how they were sleeper agents behind stuff. So.
Yeah, it's fun. I love stuff with the historical context, like the idea of the Colombian drug lords, like stuff that's real that they probably took some serious liberties with. Yeah, I love stuff like that.
The color palette and just the time period. It's like if Miracle was a super violent, dramatic spy thriller.
All right, we're going to talk about that here in a second. But first, I want to let you know this episode of the Triad Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Keeps. Listen, Keeps is awesome. Keeps is amazing. Keeps. Look at that hair from Sean
Look at that
Ball,
hairline.
right?
It's pushing back.
At a certain point, you're going to notice it. Your hair may start going away. Certain spots in your head, it's okay.
Pushing back.
You know what? Here's the thing. Keeps is designed to keep your hairline, keep your existing hair.
It ain't getting worse than this.
Yeah, it really works. Keeps offers the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products, clinically proven to keep the hair you have. No BS, just science. It's completely safe. These are generic versions of medications that have been around for a while, but now they are easier and cheaper to get. Look, like I said, you may notice that. Thank you, Bolin. You may notice that you may start losing your hair at a certain point. It happens to all men, right? So you might as well start trying to save it, keep it. That's the whole idea here. You get started with Keeps. It super easy. Sign up takes less than 5 minutes. Just answer a few questions and snap some photos. A licensed doctor remotely removes your information and recommends the right treatment for you, all without you leaving your couch. Keeps offers generic Keeps offers generic versions of the only 2 FDA approved hair lock products out there, and it's only between $10 and $35 a month. Plus, now you get to keep your first month for free. It's a hell of a deal for you to try to keep your hair. That's great. There's no reason not to put this off any longer. Stop hair loss today. The easy way with Keeps. Go to keeps.com/tryhard. That is KEEPS.com/tryhard. And try a free month of treatment. Once again, that's keeps.com/tryhard. I believe. Yes, you can. You can see it on the bottom of the screen.
Way to go, dude.
Wow.
And there's a link. The chair got in the way. I couldn't quite see it.
Yeah.
There's a link in the description for you
Please
to go
don't
check it
lean
out.
back on
So there you go. Thank you guys very much. Keep supports us, so please support them.
I just finished.
Hold on. Can I-
Miracle.
Yeah.
Miracle. Secret
Okay.
Agent Miracle.
Okay. So here's the
Uh-huh.
thing. You're
What?
talking about how it was shot,
Uh-huh.
right? I've been watching a movie the last 2 nights
Oh,
that
my
I've not
goodness.
watched in 25 years.
What's
That it was always just a throwaway for me. I was
Napoleon
like,
Dynamite.
that may be kind of fun. Napoleon Dynamite's not 25 years old. Maybe even
Close.
maybe even 30 years.
Uh-huh.
I've seen
Yeah.
this movie.
But hang on. So it was a throwaway, but I'm guessing you have a really good appreciation for it watching it now.
Listen, I'm not even gonna say I have appreciation for it. I'm gonna tell you it's straight up good.
Okay, what?
It's a good movie.
Can't wait for this.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, Kevin
Kevin
Costner?
Costner?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
Alan
more of a-
Rickman
I'm
is the
more of
sheriff.
a-
Yeah.
Nottingham. or what?
Nottingham, not Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Yeah,
That
Nottingham.
That one's okay. I'm more of a Man in Tights kind of.
Sure.
Yeah.
Great.
They have, but
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, Morgan
Yeah.
Freeman's
there are
in it.
so many things in that movie that I did not like. The first time you're like, it's Robin Hood. He's a band of merry men, or in the forest,
Yeah.
and blah blah blah. And I probably seen it once when it first came out. I was like 10 when it came out, right? And you don't understand like kind of the things that are actually happening in the film. So going back and watching that and seeing the back and forth about religion and class and all these things, like it's a 2.5 hour film,
It's
and
long.
it is, yeah, it's
Yeah.
super
Kevin
long.
Costner's making Waterworld, Dance with the Wolves, The Postman. Kevin Costner is in 2.5, 3 hour movies all the
What was
time
the
in the
one where he
90s.
played the convict that took the kid a different world or something like
A
that?
Perfect World. Yeah,
Perfect
with Clint
World.
Eastwood.
Yeah, that's
Anyways,
like 2.5
yeah.
too.
No, but like there's so much in it that that I really just appreciated. Like I still have like 50 minutes to go. I
Yeah.
watched 2 hours of it, and I still got like
Jesus.
I still have an hour left.
Yeah.
But they're like Alan Rickman is awesome. I think that was the first time I ever saw him in anything.
Yeah, that was after Die Hard.
that was,
yeah.
They saw him
So-
in Die Hard. They were like, get freaking.
that
Yeah,
He's a
and
good
that guy.
actor.
he's great, horrible piece of shit
I
sheriff,
know.
right?
Yeah.
And like, there's a scene in the movie where his cousin's always kind of like the foil, right? He goes out to go get Robin Hood, and he has a couple encounters with him. And Robin Hood and his merry men, like they
punk his
they
ass.
punk him 2 times,
Yeah.
right? So he goes and he goes and sees the sheriff, his cousin. And he's like, listen, he got me again. And the sheriff's like, look, we can't have failure. And he fucking kills his cousin right there in the armory. And it was like, whoa,
Oh,
what a piece of shit. And like, there's a scene right before then. There's a scene right before then where Kevin Costner goes to see the bishop or something, some religious figure. And Alan Rickman opens the door as Kevin Costner is leaving, as Robin Hood's leaving, and Robin Hood slices him in the face, and he gets a scar on the face.
Yep.
And then Robin Hood perfectly takes the chandelier lift all the way to
yeah.
the top and escapes without it.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Alan Rickman goes, I will tear your heart out with a spoon, with a dull spoon.
Yeah.
And his cousin, the next scene is like, why a dull spoon? He's like, because it would hurt more, right? So he stabs his cousin, fast forward, and he's like, at least it wasn't a spoon, you know?
Oh
And
my
it's like, what a fucking asshole! Wow. I'm like, it's one of those movies where I'm watching it and I was like, I don't remember this being that good. Holy shit, this is like really fucking great.
Yeah.
It was like,
Did you
man,
ever see the Russell Crowe one?
no.
I
They've
forgot
tried a
about
lot
that.
to make Robin Hood cool.
They got a
again.
new one
Yeah.
coming
The
out.
new
Yeah.
one with Taron
With-
Egerton
yeah.
is coming out.
Yeah.
And Jamie
He's
Foxx.
he's in a lot of movies this
Yeah.
year too.
Which I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I'm interested to see how that. I hope it's not another like Great Wall of China kind of movie, because that's what it looks like.
I think it's going to be like King. It looks like King Arthur.
Yeah.
They've made so many
Yeah.
King Arthur movies that like nobody cares about
I
anymore.
forgot about the one they just put out like
Yeah.
less than a year
The
ago.
last King Arthur lost a lot of money.
with Jude
Yeah.
Law. And
Yeah,
it
Jude
It
Law.
was like a weird magic fantasy world
Yeah,
where
it looked
was,
pretty.
Wasn't it Guy
Yeah.
Ritchie who directed
Yeah, Guy
that
Ritchie
too?
made it, but
I don't know.
I got something for you. The exact same situation. I watched The Mask of Zorro a couple of months
man,
ago.
Oh, dude, Mask of Zorro is great.
So
Like
good.
Anthony Hopkins and Antonio
Mhm.
Banderas
yeah,
and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
like I remember it being like solid when I was a kid, but now it's like, oh my god, what a well-made, awesome, action-packed. He's fighting Catherine Zeta in the stable. Like, it's so romantic, and the soundtrack's great.
Yeah.
It's made by the director who made Casino Royale, so the
Was
action's perfect.
that's the one to where he fights the dude with like the cannonball, right? At the beginning, like he has that little small cannonball.
There's
he
a
hits him in the
big
face.
dude. There's
Yeah,
a big
and
dude.
he, like spits his teeth out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see that?
Was that actually like as good as I remembered it?
Oh,
As a
yeah.
kid, I was like, man, I remember
Yeah.
that fight being awesome.
There's a top 10 letting him have it in Mask of Zorro because the guy the white dude with the long blonde
Oh, I
hair
remember
murdered
him,
his brother,
yeah.
and they're fighting on top of this crane thing, and so Anthony Hopkins ties the rope around the older bad guy's foot because Anthony Hopkins is fighting his nemesis while Antonio is fighting his nemesis. So the big older bad guy gets dragged off a cart full of gold bullion off of a cliff, and so he's dragged off and he falls. The gold bullion falls on top of a suspended rope elevator that the white blonde bad guy's on, and he just gets creamed by gold.
What a great premise that is.
I
The
saw that
idea of
when I was,
like,
8.
What'd you watch that on? I want to watch it.
I have it on Blu-ray.
just
to
just
borrow
the
it
idea
from
of
you.
like Zorro is this magnificent figure, right?
Uh-huh.
This thing of myth.
Are we
right?
recording?
I don't know.
Mike's
Chase,
good?
Are we recording? I hope
Mike's
so.
good.
I
Double
hope so.
checking. This is good conversation. I don't want it to go.
Are we recording? Okay,
Great,
good, just
cool.
making sure.
Keep going. Zorro's magnificent figure.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
and the
He's
idea
a
of like,
musketeer,
you just
pretty
go like,
much.
what if he gets old?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
it's just a simple question.
Uh-huh.
What if Zorro got old?
Well, it's just a mask.
No, no, no.
Zorro passes
Exactly.
down
It's-
from person to person.
Well,
It's just a mask.
is
and a
that what it
sword.
Well,
is? I don't
mean,
know.
and Anthony Hopkins is Zorro.
Yeah.
There wasn't one
Yeah.
before him. But
It's the passing of the torch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, they do. Same with Batman. Like that's happened before in comics
Yeah,
where
with Dick
well, I
heroes
don't,
get
I don't
old
do
and then
comics.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah,
it's it just
same thing.
it's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just, it was a cool idea, especially since nobody expected Zorro to come out at that time and be like a kick-ass action
Yeah.
movie.
Mhm.
You were just kind of like, oh, you mean those old like Disney movies and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Robert Rodriguez was going to direct it originally.
Really?
Yeah, and then Steven Spielberg took it over because Robert Rodriguez didn't want to spend money. If you know Robert Rodriguez, he made Desperado,
I
Yeah.
think I do.
El
Yeah.
Mariachi, Spy Kids. That's right.
Mm.
He's like really famous for not wanting to spend money on
Yeah.
movies and turning a huge profit. Of course, like he's like an executive who directs.
He's also like best friends with Quentin Tarantino.
Uh-huh.
Like that's
Sin
that's-
City, he made Sin City.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
But Sin
Steven
City thought it was like a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
no.
good.
He makes
It
good
is
movies. But
Sometimes.
yeah, so Steven Spielberg took it over and he was like executive producer on it, and they hired.
Who? Oh yeah.
I don't remember
yeah.
the Casino Royale director. I don't remember his name.
You know
but,
what
like,
else that guy did?
What's that?
Green Lantern.
Oh.
Yep. He is not. He is not
was-
undefeatable.
Okay, I guess.
He is not undefeatable.
See, that's the reason I don't want, like, whenever they announced Ryan Coogler to direct, the guy who made Creed went on to make Black Panther, and I didn't want that situation. I don't want great directors to just like get shoehorned into making.
Black Panther wasn't too bad.
I know, but
it's funny you mentioned about Black Panther because Black Panther it was between Black Panther and Robin Hood Prince of Thieves, and I chose to go with Robin Hood Prince of
you
Thieves.
should watch Black Panther.
Yeah,
I
there's nothing
will.
wrong with it.
I will.
Good.
Yeah, I will. It's just I know it made like $1 billion.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was feeling the nostalgia bug that night. I guess.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
You know, I kind of wanted to go back and.
It's really like 90s movies are so easy to just put on the background.
But the way, it's weird. Maybe it's I back then. Maybe it's the idea of the lack of quality, right? The fact that it's shot on film. It's not 4K. You can't see every single thing. Like the idea of there's a shot in particular where Robin Hood has put Marion on a boat and she's leaving and they're looking at each other, right? They know they love each other. She's leaving, he's leaving, and they're going away from each other in the fog, right? And the camera's panning away. It's looking. You see it from her perspective. You see it from his perspective. And but the way that like I think fog in particular, when you think of like movies like the training scene from Rudy, right, where they're up in the morning and there's like like there's that there's a certain
Yeah.
look of film that you can't get from today, right? That
Well,
maybe
like the grain in the
yeah,
film,
it's
like,
kind of like
exactly.
the grainy
yeah.
look of like this
Yeah.
fog, majestic. Like I don't feel like you can get that in those 80s and 90s movies, and maybe it's just sheer nostalgia of like looking at that stuff. But I feel like it captures things better than
Everything's more lived in because it's a little more grimy. You know?
I don't
See,
know.
for me, I don't like that
Well, yeah, of
because
course.
I'm used to having like pretty much HD.
Yeah.
So like going back and watching old movies, I can watch them now, but like especially when I was probably like 12, 13, I didn't want to watch like anything that was
Yeah,
made
I imagine
before 2000.
I imagine old movies. I imagine movies felt so much older to younger people because of the SD HD switch
Oh, yeah.
than older movies.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars for Parker probably feels so much older than Star Wars
Yeah.
felt for us when we
Yeah.
were kids.
oh
Like,
sure.
Even going from just 4:3 to 16:9.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is like, why am I watching like only half a screen?
Yeah.
when
I know.
have like
weird.
Well,
larger
and
screen?
I remember when HD was coming out, and they're like, there's this thing called 720 high definition, right? And I remember them trying to explain it, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. They're like, you can only see this right here, but with this,
we
you're
go
gonna be
to
able to see like
720.
this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? You know, I was
Yeah.
like, what
There's
do you?
more movie.
I was like, what are you
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Because they're showing it on a TV,
Right.
They're showing it was on a 16:9 screen, and I remember it was like at a Best Buy or something. They had a line down the middle of the screen, and they're like, "This is what you see over here," and had the black bar.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, "Well, no, it's not, because whenever I watch TV, I don't
Yeah.
see that black bar.
Right.
So like, what the hell? I don't understand." And the idea of trying to explain that, it was so stupid.
Yeah, going from standard to wide.
Yeah.
I remember seeing something on AMC because they would play Die Hard like during Christmas and stuff. But
And
they
that's
talked
4:3. I think.
no Die Hard. They wouldn't air Die Hard without it being in letterbox on
Yeah.
TV. I think it was somebody was prohibiting it from happening. Like
Really?
the studio would not let people chop the sides off
That's
of
crazy.
That's awesome.
Die Hard's letterbox.
I don't think I fully understood what the HD thing was until I got a 360 and I had Dead Rising. And unless you actually played it in like HD instead of using like the component cables, you couldn't read what Otis was telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because the font was too small and it was like cut off at the bottom.
Yeah.
And you had to have HD
Yeah.
to actually do it. And
yeah,
that's
because if
when I
you
finally
had it in
understood.
standard on a tube TV, all the print would be
Yeah.
so obscenely small.
And you have to like listen to them to know where you're going.
I remember
so-
getting on my dial-up to look up the issue, and people were like, "You have to have those stupid new HD TVs to see
Yeah.
it."
Yeah.
That's whenever I first realized I was like, oh, so I need to go to HD like as quick as possible.
I had never played a game on a real HD because I had a big screen TV.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first big HD TVs ever, but it had component. It didn't have.
Wait. So you had a shower that gave you wasps,
Yeah.
but the biggest, newest HD TV possible.
No. It was a hand-me-down.
Yeah, this was a different one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was literally given to us from a family friend that my mom nursed.
Okay.
Not from her booby, but she like took care of them.
Yeah, I mean, we got that.
Yeah, but yeah, the color was off. It didn't really work. It had like green lines on it and stuff. But yeah, I went to the store. I saved up $570
That's a lot of smackaroons.
in Olive Garden. I bought a Dynex 37-inch HD TV. It was about that thick. It was
Yeah, flat screens.
Yeah,
like
flat
early
screen
days.
mine.
Were
Yeah.
still like this
Plasma,
fucking big.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
And I put on Gears of War. I bought it the same day I got Gears of War 2, like in 2008. Oh my god.
Man,
it
you-
was
Do you remember, like, is plasma gonna win, or is LED?
LCD.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
I had on GameTrailers.com, I had a hot topic on their message board. I had the hottest topic of like the month for like 5 weeks on LCD versus plasma because I was researching that Dynex.
Way to go.
It was just like the HD or the Blu-ray. You remember that?
Yeah.
Because you either had the
HD DVDs.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
HD DVDs.
Or Blu-ray.
Or you had Blu-ray. But
I'll tell you what's going to
Clearly.
win. The one that said it's Blu-ray.
the one that's built into a fucking console is going to be the one
That's
that
right.
wins.
the one that sounds more badass.
Mm-hmm.
That's if Xbox would have actually put
Blu-ray discs.
or just like the HD DVD thing into their console,
Yeah.
I think it would have actually been around for longer than it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have, yeah, but
Yeah.
that was the deal breaker was
Yeah.
that it wasn't bundled with
Yep.
it was.
And that's where it
Yeah,
killed
Sony
that
literally killed HDD.
Yeah.
HDD. Yeah. I remember HDD. That was a big thing at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
HD DVDs.
Well, I remember the big thing with that was there were certain
shit.
movies that you could get in HD DVD, but you couldn't get in Blu-ray, and vice versa.
Yeah, the library
Yeah.
was.
So I
was
think
also-
like Blade Runner for a while you couldn't get on Blu-ray. You could only get it on HD DVD, and people were freaking out.
Speaking of a catastrophic assortment of goodies.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, Sean Boland, because this episode of the Triad Podcast is brought to you by our friends at StitchFix.com. Look at that lower third.
Oh!
Listen,
Are we
StitchFix.com
recording?
/tryhard. Listen, I need you guys to go to Stitch Fix right now. Look at. There's certain times in your life where you just need to look good, and Stitch Fix is the place to allow you to do it. Why go to the store and go look through all that stuff when you can just go online, put down some basic stuff, what you want, your style, and then you have a personalized stylist go in and pick things out for you. And they're going to send you 5 items at StitchFix.com/tryhard.
Socks, shorts, pants, belts, ties, shirts, coats. Like, you said bump the going shopping. Who wants to go shopping when you don't know what you look good in?
That's right. So this personalized stylist is going to pair you with all this stuff that you want. 5 items, and all the shipping, exchanges, returns, they're always free, right? So if you get something you don't like, guess what? Put it back in the box. You send it back, and you know what? It's all good. You don't even pay for it, right? It's like just sent right to your door for a test drive, right? It's great. No subscription required. You can sign up to receive scheduled shipments and get your fix whenever you want. Stitch Fix styling fee is only $20, which is applied towards anything you get you keep from your shipment. So get started now. Go to StitchFix.com/tryhard to get an extra 25% off when you keep all the items in your box. That's StitchFix.com/tryhard to get started today. StitchFix.com/tryhard. Once again, they support us, so please support them. They're awesome, and I can't wait to use them again. So
Halloween just happened.
You did. It was a good holiday.
What'd y'all dress up as?
actually, we don't know because that happened tomorrow.
Shut up.
They know we record on Tuesdays.
Hey, speaking of shut up.
Yeah.
I watched Napoleon Dynamite the other day.
Do you like it?
I watched the first 40 minutes of it. Thought there was about a minute left, and was tired of watching it, so I wanted to see how much was left.
Mm-hmm.
There was another hour
Yeah.
of the movie left,
It's a long movie.
and so I turned it off.
Yeah, it makes sense. You can't expect people to get through that whole thing.
It's fun.
I remember saying,
fat lord?
I remember pretending to like that movie so much for like 5 different girls.
I didn't pretend. I really enjoyed
Oh
it.
yeah, that was awesome. I
No, give us
loved
some of
it.
your tots. No. get
There's
your own.
it's extremely quotable.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like
You're just jealous because I've been chatting online with babes
All day.
yeah,
Well, I mean-
there's so much to like about that movie.
Oh, of
but,
course.
but once you see it
Yeah.
once or twice, you're
Yeah.
like,
Mm-hmm.
The opening of it is just him attaching a string to an action figure, just throwing it out the window.
I know. What's he
It's like,
fishing
what-
for?
yeah.
I don't know.
What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
It's just the way he does it. Just
Yeah. If you look at the credits, like the writers or the directors, they had a very clear idea for what they were doing with it.
oh, for sure. And like
Yeah.
it like
That was-
it was one of the first like low budget films to really
yeah, Fox Searchlight. I think.
Yeah.
Fox
their first
Searchlight and
big
MTV
film.
Films made it.
Yeah, their first really big.
My
one.
dad was so disappointed in taking me to see that.
Oh, really?
Was he?
Yeah, because he thought it was gonna be. I mean, it was funny, but he didn't. I guess he thought something different from the trailers, and I was like probably 9 years old. He's like, "I'm sorry, we didn't see that." I was like, "I thought it was great."
What
I
happened to you,
loved it."
Craig? Are you okay?
$400,000 to make,
Uh-huh.
which is a pretty fucking big penny.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah,
I mean,
not movie wise.
Yeah. They found somebody to fund it, obviously.
Yeah.
The worldwide gross was $46 million.
Yeah,
Holy
awesome.
shit.
Well,
Was it-
Paranormal Activity is the biggest return of all time, isn't it?
I think so. I think it was like 500,000, and it made like.
No, it was
Probably
like
100 million.
14,000.
Was it
Yeah.
really? I thought it was more than
I thought
that.
it was.
No, 'cause
No,
it's
no.
all on
Can you
security.
look that up?
This, the film stars John Heder, and the title role was paid $1,000. Oh God.
That made his career.
Yeah, I know, but at the same time,
You
it's
think he
like
got? Did he not get anything?
I bet you.
I
He
I
gets
bet he got some royalties.
Hell if I know.
I almost guarantee you got royalties.
Yeah.
you don't know. I mean,
You don't know.
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, that's the thing. You can't assume that stuff because that's not tied into most actors. Like,
Yeah.
like giving a point or two to for that's what they call it, giving a percentage, a point
Yeah.
of a movie's gross is like that's like
That's Tom
Robert
Cruise.
that's Robert Downey Jr.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, for Iron Man. You know, like that's like and Tom Cruise exactly like. Most of that did go straight to the studio. That's like, it's crazy. What'd you say,
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, one. I remember it was huge.
Yeah, because it had the Blair Witch viral marketing behind it.
Yeah.
It was.
It's a jump scare machine.
Yeah, but it's
a
pretty
great
much
theater
like
movie.
the first one. They probably just had to rent a house.
Yeah.
And then they had security cameras.
Well, do you remember what the ad campaign was for the first
Yeah,
one?
it was the ad campaign was they had night vision cameras on audiences and they filmed people jumping at the movie. That's how they marketed
They
it.
also had the whole thing of if you want it in your area, go to this website and we'll get it there for
Right.
you.
Oh, yeah.
So they were making it to where you could like bring it to your area.
$11,000.
$11,000
to make.
Was
Wow.
what it
How much
cost.
did it bring in?
$193 million.
God.
Not to mention 5 sequels. Like,
Yeah.
Who put out the Paranormal Activities? What studio? Was that Lionsgate?
I think
That
so.
was
Yeah.
Blumhouse.
God, like, what if someone is like, listen, directed by Oren Peli, produced by Oren Peli, written by Oren Peli, cinematography, Oren Peli, edited by Oren Peli.
Yeah.
Paramount Pictures distributed it.
Oh, yeah. Paramount. Way to go.
Budget, it says $15,000. That's ridiculous. Originally developed as an independent feature and given film festival screenings in 2007, the film was acquired by Paramount Pictures and modified, particularly for with the new ending. It was given a limited U.S. release in September 25th, 2009, then a nationwide release October 16th. The film earned nearly $108 million in U.S. box office and a further $85 million internationally. Good God.
Have you ever watched it?
No.
I think you would like
it's
it
worth-
just because of how clever
Yeah,
it is.
it's very.
The first
very,
and second ones are like
I like them.
they're not bad.
Yeah.
Then you get into like
Yeah.
bullshit.
Well, you get into like
territory.
red box territory.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
there's one of them. What is it? What is the one that deals with the
witches?
Hispanic family?
that's the 4th one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that's actually good though.
I think you would like it, Craig. Just out of the sheer fact that it made $200 million on $11,000.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Because it is pretty creepy. Like,
Yeah.
It's very
It's
weird.
unsettling just having that fixed camera angle.
Yeah.
Knowing you
Second
can't like
one,
move or
yeah.
move around.
Oh yeah. Second one has the best jump scare I've ever seen.
With the drawers and stuff.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
kitchen, to where it's just sitting there, nothing's going on, and then boom. out
There's
of
a jump
nowhere.
scare in the second one where they loaded like pistons into every drawer and
God,
cabinet in the
yeah.
kitchen, and they all explode at one time. This girl's just like, what's in my kitchen?
Wham!
Yeah. Like,
It just comes out of fucking nowhere
Yeah.
too. Just her eating cereal.
it's a roller coaster at Six Flags
Oh,
on
yeah.
screen.
They were
Yeah.
blast to see in theaters.
Yeah.
though. Like that was the best part about it.
I remember the marketing for it.
Mhm.
I do remember that.
Of just seeing like people's like screams. and
People being
stuff
like,
in the
"Ah!"
theater. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all like it whenever people clap like whenever
Depends
you go
on
to
the
see a
movie.
Like okay, if you
Yeah.
go to a scary movie, would you like it if people were like quiet during it, or if they're like screaming the whole
Like,
time?
and
Yeah.
then they laugh at
Yeah,
themselves
what
and
kind
they
of
applaud.
experience would y'all like more?
I like the visceral clapping experience personally.
It's bad going to a PG-13 horror movie because then you have like 200 8th graders that think they're
Okay.
the fucking shit.
Yeah.
And then they
So
just
cool
talk-
for braving this, dude.
Right, but then they just like I understand the reactions and they're gonna overreact because they're children.
Yeah.
And I get that, but then they just talk in between the reactions
Yeah.
that like ruins the entire
Yeah, I got you.
experience. So like for rated R movies, I feel like it's okay for people to jump. Clapping I really only get for like Lord of the Rings, Infinity War, like that kind of like big
Because
monumental type.
when
shit.
I went and saw Austin Powers 3, people clapped and laughed. They were like applauding how funny it was, like during the movie. Like some of the funny would have people laugh and like the whole audience would applaud. I'd never seen any shit like that before in my life.
What do you want from me?
You gotta
Greg?
keep this near your face because whenever you're looking over there, your mic's nowhere near your face.
Have you guys ever like told somebody to shut up in a movie theater?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I feel like I've done the dirty look. I don't know if I've ever actually told
Just
somebody
the
to shut up.
smear.
I've done the stop, the turn around, and went shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
turned back around and didn't hear another word from them.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, dude, you're 6'8".
There's somebody.
I've had to stand
Yeah.
up one time too.
Yeah.
Once.
Really?
Mhm.
Golly.
Well, I was watching Super 8, which is like a fucking
I like
outstanding
that
movie.
movie.
I heard that's
Yeah.
great.
good.
And people were talking. You would love it.
Was
Yeah.
that Spielberg?
Yeah. J.J. Abrams.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But
I'm
produced
gonna
by
see if
Steven
I'm
Spielberg.
gonna see if I can find my copy for him to watch because that's
Yeah.
a great movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, man, I'm watching it. I'm like, this is a great. This is E.T. but scary. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's talking. I go, I'm gonna need you to shut the hell up.
That's what you said to him?
Yeah, all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.
cool
I did
thing
it-
about
I've
it-
only done it one time. I've only needed to do it once.
The cool thing about doing that in a movie theater is most of the time whenever you do it, they're like, damn, he just called me out. I gotta shut the hell up.
Yeah.
I remember going to see Super 8, and I was in New Orleans at the time, and there was like a drunk guy on his phone for like half the movie that just wouldn't get up. And eventually, like after like probably 45 minutes, someone came in and like escorted him out. But yeah,
If it was any other movie that was okay, I'm having an okay time, it'd be fine. But not Super 8 when I'm just
that
like,
shit's intense.
if I'm really liking something, because I know I'll from then on I will think about the guy who kept talking during Super 8. Now I have a cool story about how I told him to shut the hell up and he did.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what? One of my favorite things about going to see movies is
What's that?
the previews.
I
Oh,
love,
No.
love trailers.
It's not just the previews.
Maria Menounos.
No.
Yeah.
It's the 10 seconds between previews where you pass judgment on what you just saw. Right?
Yeah.
Don't
Oh
worry.
yeah. I look over to Grace. I'm like, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, exactly.
about that.
Every single time we go and see a movie, like Sean and I'll be sitting there and it's over, we'll both look at each other at the same time.
Of course.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You'll get three looks. You'll get the
It's the,
yeah.
You're right.
The, and the
like you. It's very much a buy, rent, or Netflix look.
Oh,
yeah.
Or like a it's either a go, pass, or Netflix. Where it's one of those things where you're like, I can wait.
Yeah.
You know, and like that 5 to 10 seconds where you both have you both reviewed this entire film based off this minute-long trailer.
This studio's invested millions of hours, millions of dollars into this 1 minute 45-second piece of content that everyone will base
Their
their
judgment off
future
of,
on.
I think the funniest one I've seen with Sean so far had to be Venom.
What?
Because I remember we got done watching the trailer and I looked over at Sean. Sean went. There was no words. It was a solid, and this was like a 10-second wait before the next one. He just no words,
negative.
just a solid no. We are not going to that. But then we saw Overlord's trailer.
And then I was like,
What's Overlords?
Overlord is the Nazi zombie movie from J.J. Abrams.
Oh yeah, I want to see that.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
That looks
That's next
fun.
week.
Oh,
That's next
boy.
week.
let's go see it together.
We'll all
Is
go
it
see it.
fun?
yeah,
No,
it's
oh,
like
yeah.
a fun
Like,
movie.
yeah, it's gonna be like hardcore action. Like, it's gonna be in your face.
You know what it
action.
looks like?
Wolfenstein.
It looks like Call of Duty Nazi Zombies.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
point.
yeah.
yeah.
That
There's
movie's-
4 of them, like in Nazi zombies.
Yeah.
They're in France, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's like German scientists doing experiments. Like it's
Brilliant.
obviously they don't have the same royalties for the Call of Duty
Yeah.
world. I feel like J.J. Abrams would have made an actual Call of Duty zombies
Oh,
movie
yeah.
if he had the rights to it.
It's crazy
But-
because like you know that movie's gonna just be a titan.
You think so?
I do.
Yeah.
I hope
think,
so.
I think that movie's gonna dominate.
You see, like when people are like, "Why do you hate superhero movies?" I'm like, because they take up space that movies like that fill.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah, but he's still done by J.J. Abrams, like one of the hottest fucking directors
course.
in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah,
you know?
Directed or is he producing? it?
Whatever, he's attached to it. Like
Yeah.
who the fuck
Yeah.
cares, you know? Like
What is his next? What was the last movie he put out?
Star Trek.
Star Wars.
yeah, Star Trek.
No, it is Star Wars.
He's
Oh, it was
producing
Star Wars.
now. Yeah, Star Wars. Cause he's working on he's directing the last Star Wars.
Isn't he like
Oh, yeah, that's
30?
right.
Like isn't he like super young?
Yeah, he
He's
came
pretty
in.
young.
He came in young. Yeah, he came in with Cloverfield,
He
right?
he was yeah, but he was big in TV. Do you remember Alias with Jennifer
yeah.
Garner? He made that.
Oh really?
And,
Yeah.
Lost too.
So he's been in
Yeah.
the shit. Yeah, and
Yeah.
Lost.
He knocked,
So he's been in the
knocked two
shit.
of them out the park.
Maybe
He's
he just
probably in his
looks
40s.
He's probably in his 40s. He just looks really young.
Yeah, he looks like he's 22. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like a kid
I
out of
still
college.
think he's the next Spielberg.
Yeah, well he is.
Yeah,
He already
they've
is.
already kind of
Easily.
mentioned he's the
Yeah.
passed the torch a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
He
What was Spielberg's last movie?
is.
He's attached to everything.
Yeah.
Spielberg?
Yeah,
Like-
like what was the last movie
He directed Ready Player One.
He's 52. He just
he?
looks pretty young.
Really?
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Holy crap! I thought he was like 30.
Yeah,
Jeez. Okay.
52.
good for him. It's the
Yeah.
glasses.
Yeah.
Man, I'm never taking these bad boys off.
Spielberg's making something new. I think he's making the next Indiana Jones. I think that's his next movie.
He made Ready Player One. Made it. He sat there for like
He sat there.
the 2 live action shots that
yeah.
that movie had.
Yeah. Grayson, man, sometimes your laugh is so great because Grayson
Well,
does
it's
the
just
thing.
how he did it because I was like, yeah, that's pretty that's
pretty
spot
accurate.
on.
There's
I didn't even
like-
think about that
There's
shit.
like
just goes-
2 to 3 live action shots in that movie.
Well, there's,
Directed by Spielberg.
there's certain ones I got to give to Parker because whenever he really gets that zing out there, I'm
Yeah.
like, that was pretty damn good.
Uh-huh.
All right, here's Steven Spielberg. This is 2009. This is in 2019 actually.
Yeah.
Cats, MIB, The Turning, 2018. Bumblebee, The Walk with the Cloud and the Wall and its
The House
walls.
with the Clock in its walls.
Yeah,
that
that
already
too.
came out with Jack Black.
First
House with
Man,
the Walk in the
Jurassic
Clouds.
World, Ready Player One, 2017, Transformers: The Last Night, The Post,
he's been producing.
2016, The BFG, 2015, Jurassic World and Bridge of Spies.
That was me.
Bridge of Spies, yeah.
2014,
I'm wanting to see
Transformers, The 100-Foot Journey, 2012, Lincoln, Men in Black 3. 2012 was Men in Black 3 already? Jeez.
Golly.
War Horse, The Adventures of Tintin, Real Steel, Cowboys and Aliens, Transformers, Super 8, True Grit, Hereafter, Transformers, Eagle Eye, Lovely Bones, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls. Listen, the thing about Indiana Jones, which is crazy,
Yeah.
that this is the most insane thing about this, that they're making a new one and it's not going to come out till like 2020, 2021, whatever, right? And that's going to be like 12 years between the last one where he was really old and the new one where he's really, really
He
old.
had a stunt double for running down a hallway in Star Wars. It wasn't even fun to watch.
Oh,
like,
man.
I watched the Star Wars, I'm just like, God damn, Harrison, are you dead?
Like he's pretty close. How old's Harrison Ford? Like 80?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could
he actually is closing in on 80, I think.
Like, just imagine, I would...
Do you remember he crashed his plane?
Yeah.
He crashed it, I think, while they were filming, or right before they were filming Star Wars.
That's like nominating a 99-year-old president. It's like, really? You want to bet the farm that Harrison Ford's not going to die before the time this movie's done being made?
5 of Harrison Ford's films are within the top 30 top-grossing movies of all time at the U.S. box office. God, that's
Raiders
awesome.
was like catastrophic, man. Raiders was a huge movie.
Do you remember the first time you saw Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Oh my God, yes.
He's 76, by the way.
76.
That's not too bad.
I remember my mom.
Clint Eastwood's older than that.
Yeah, he is.
Clint Eastwood isn't like trying.
He's doing the mule.
Yeah, but
Clint
he's not
Eastwood is-
jumping from moving vehicle
We
to
don't
moving
know.
vehicle.
We haven't seen it.
We haven't seen that
It's a
mule.
valid point. If if that happens in the Mule, that stunt double is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
Can we talk about Clint Eastwood for a second?
yeah.
Like,
He's kind of shitty, isn't he?
Like an asshole?
I don't-
Harrison Ford's,
I
I,
don't
think,
know.
was
Oh,
a bigger asshole. Yeah.
I don't know, but just the idea, like, that this guy was huge in the 60s,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's 60 years later.
And
this
he's,
guy,
now he's directing.
yeah,
fucking
and he's
Oscar
like
movies.
really fucking good.
Yeah.
you
He's
know?
directing
I
himself.
love
Yeah.
how he
He's
doesn't
88.
put-
88.
88,
God.
Clint Eastwood.
I love how he doesn't put his son into the movies. He doesn't want to be
He
like.
put him in Gran Torino. He was that white boy. That you remember that? Do you remember that?
Yes.
He called. He was like,
It's amazing because, like,
"I'm not your bro, pussy." That's what he called his son
Yeah.
in Gran
That's a
Torino.
pretty good impression. That's pretty good. Can we hear that one more time?
I'm not your bro, pussy. That doesn't sound like Clint Eastwood at all.
no, I don't think so either. Can you imagine going to work having Clint
Hang on,
Eastwood?
I got it. I'm not your bro, pussy. I'm like from Cali or something. What the
damn.
fuck, bro?
Could you imagine filming with Clint Eastwood or Betty White and not knowing that they're going to show up to work the next day because they may die? like, how do you cast them for anything? You
You
know?
guys seen Clint today?
Yeah.
He hadn't shown up. He probably did.
I feel like they probably shot all of like Stan Lee's cameos for the next like 10
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
last
That'd be
year.
smart.
Because he's 94
Yeah.
and like mostly blind and deaf now.
Uh-huh.
So. Like,
What if
Poor
he was a
guy.
blind deaf person in the next cameo?
He's-
What?
what?
He's freaking Daredevil in the next one.
Oh my god,
Gotta protect the city.
dude, Betty White is 96.
Yeah, she
She
old.
just got like a Lifetime
96.
Achievement Award or something.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's up like she looks great.
She really does.
And she's like cognizant and like can hold a conversation still.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And then you've got Clint Eastwood,
Who's
who
a
looks
mule.
like he's going to be dead. Get out
Like like she was on Golden Girls
I know.
30 years ago.
I know.
Like holy
I
shit.
know.
She was old then.
Yeah, she was the old slut on the show.
Yeah.
That was her
Yeah.
role. That was her
Yeah,
role.
it's not a joke. Yeah, that's
I just
Can't
love,
say
I love
slut
how
on the
Craig was
internet.
smiling as he was saying that.
No, she was the old stupid slut. That's what she was.
How
She-
fucking dare you?
Jesus
Slut
Christ.
shame Betty White
Don't you
in
talk
Golden
about
That was her
Betty White.
character. That
That's
was her
hey,
role.
that's a living, breathing character.
Wasn't she
Okay.
in Lake Placid?
Yeah, she was. She fed her husband to the alligator.
That's right.
That's a damn shame.
Betty White, man.
What a jewel she is, huh?
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what, that's going to be a sad day. Thanks for joining us this week on Try Hard. I have a wonderful hypothetical coming up.
I can't wait for
Make
this.
sure you guys watch that on Try Harder. For those of you guys who are patrons, you get to watch that. So tune in next week, and we won't talk about it. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks so much to our sponsors this week, Stitch Fix and Keeps. We'll see you guys next week for episode 107 of Try Hard.
Bye. Give that outro 1 out of 10.
We won't talk about it.
We won't talk about it. Go piss.